Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Linda. She is our member of the month for May 2024. So congratulations, Linda.
Thank you.
So with Linda, she's been a member for a while, but I want to let her speak. Do you mind just kind of giving a brief, just summary of how you were diagnosed and when were you diagnosed?
Okay, I was diagnosed in March of 2020. I had noticed some things prior to that I had very tiny little handwriting and my hand would curl up when I'd walk and I couldn't figure out what it was. Finally, I was sent to a neurologist and they said, we're pretty sure you have Parkinson's. And they put me on a medication which started to help. But I have to say I was devastated by the news because I've been active my whole life. I've tried to take care of my body, and I thought, here I am in retirement, and now I get Parkinson's.
Mhm.
And I had a great aunt who had Parkinson's, and I can remember as a child being almost frightened by her because she was just a mess. But as my doctor said to me, Parkinson's has come a long way since 1955. We have lots of things to help you. So they gave me some hope. So I got looking online, trying to figure out, hoping it wasn't true, but thinking I needed to do some research. And I was just going through Facebook, and all of a sudden there was an advertisement for a seminar on Parkinson's, and it was through Rogue. So I thought, I'll give it a whirl. So I listened to the seminar. I don't know what the topic was at this point, but when I finished the hour long, I thought, this is a group that I think could really help me. And it was the start of COVID. So, we weren't going anywhere. I wasn't going to go to a gym nearby, which was with COVID. So I was really glad that I could find a group that specialized in Parkinson's, and I could do it online. So
Yeah, that's great. And then what classes are you doing online currently?
I love all the classes. I have to say that first. So, I do the power moves, which is good. I do speech, which
Mhm.
we have a good time at speech. I do, well, I'm just starting boxing with you. I'm pretty bad at it, but I keep
You're doing so good.
hoping that hoping that I'm getting something out of it. And then the HIIT classes are
Mhm.
the ones that I do the most.
Yeah. And how challenging are like the high intensity classes? Because I feel like sometimes classes they call high intensity aren't high intensity. So in your opinion, like how hard are they?
I think they're, for me, just right. There might be occasion too where I could pump up with an extra little bit of weight, but I always feel like my heart rate gets up. I feel good when I'm done with it. I have a sweat, but I'm not stressed, so I'm not overdoing it. I think they're right on target.
Yeah. I love giving you the jumping jacks. They're like
Oh,
my
jumping jacks.
favorite secret weapon.
And today you killed me with those planks and into squat jumps. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm doing it with you. So I'm like, I feel it. I'm in it right there. But yeah, it's always nice having you in the classes. I know you work so hard. Do you have a favorite class?
Do I have a favorite class? I have to say the boxing's getting up there for me
Ooh.
because it really challenges me. I have to think about what are the sequences that you're giving us.
Mhm.
And then you intersperse these high intensity sections, which are really tough. So I feel like I get a really good workout.
Good, good. I'm so glad to hear that. And what motivates you to exercise? You said you've always been active your whole life, so what continues to motivate you?
Well, as I said, I was very depressed by the diagnosis. And when I finally got myself together, it was finding out that exercise has been proven to help people, and maybe even as long as it's high intensity, can help people, maybe even arrest the PD or slow it down. And I thought, this is a degenerative disease that now I have the power to try to slow it down myself. So I thought, I'm in. Give me the
Mhm.
exercise, I'll do it, because I can sort of help my own future by what I'm doing. So I also try to schedule my life around the exercise. If I'm having a meeting with friends, I'm meeting with friends. I either do it before my exercise or after my exercise. So I try to be really devoted to planning my life around when I want to take classes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. No, that's great to hear. And exercise is such a huge important part of like anyone's life. It should be, and especially with people with Parkinson's. So I'm just glad that like, you're always implementing exercise, you're planning around it, but you're not letting it like completely, take over your life because you have to live a life too.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say is that I love the classes.
Yeah.
Online classes that are live over Zoom with you are so much fun because we get to know people,
Hmm.
regulars, so we look out for each other, we compare notes, we talk about problems that we have. You guys are always helping us out with our questions and giving us good advice. So I like going to exercise class. It's not a, oh boy, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So you make
Yeah.
it really easy to want to exercise.
Well, that's good because that's my job. So kind of talk to me more about like, is there anything that like you were you weren't able to do before joining Rogue, or is there anything that like you were challenged to do? Like, I know some people say like floor exercises were hard, but in your opinion, like, is there anything that you couldn't really do before you started exercising at Rogue that you're feeling good now?
Well, the handwriting was one thing, just
Great.
knowing various hand exercises to do. My writing is back to where it used to be.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
I went from this little teeny tiny letters to something that people could actually read. My stride, I no longer have my hands curling up and getting kind of small when I'm walking, and I walk the way I always used to. I have no trouble with my balance now. I'm stronger. I used to struggle with jars, and now can do that really well.
Popping them off like
Right.
left and right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel 100% better
Oh,
with the exercise.
yeah. And that's what it should do. It should, even though it's just exercise, it should translate, into everyday real life. So, like, I'm so glad that you're kind of taking the parallel between exercise and then just functional things that you do every day and
Mhm.
like realizing that exercise does make an impact. That's great to hear. Um, and the last thing I just was wanted to know is that do you have any like motivational, like, I guess, quotes or anything that like you can tell other people with Parkinson's that are maybe having trouble to start exercising or don't know if they should start? Any kind of words of encouragement?
Well, I really do believe that the thing that helps me the most is maintaining a positive attitude. So I'm hopeful every day when I get up. I'm grateful that I'm here another day. And yeah, I really think if you're positive and convinced that you can do something, you will. So I think that I've been trying to make sure I'm good with my meds through the neurologist, but through Rogue, I'm able to get up to date on what kind of food would be beneficial for me. What else do we talk about? Well, a variety of things
Yeah.
besides exercise. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think that those two things, doing my meds on one hand and then making sure that my exercise program is good and strong, that's what I would advise someone to do. I think they have to remember that they're the ones who have the power over what's going to happen. And if they're motivated and want to realize why exercise is so important, they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't give up, stay positive, and stay exercising.
Oh, Linda, that's amazing. Thank you so much. You're just your overall presence, like just hearing you talk makes me happy. It like makes my job so much easier when you're on the other end working out and, we're having fun, even though it's exercise.
No, we're having a lot of fun. No, I really appreciate it. I'm so happy I found Rogue.
Yeah, and we love having you as a member. So thank you again. And congrats on being the May member of the month.
Thank you. It was quite an honor, actually. Yeah.
All right. See you later.